I don't ask for names anymore because it doesn't really matter. And in the divinity aspect of yourself, there is a procedure called merging, or it's more of a telepathic communication. So everybody can be communicating at one time and using one speaker in order to transfer that information. And in this case, the Speaker of the House was Athena because she was the first one that entered. She was the first one that I felt draw the breath, asked me what it felt like when I said I didn't have any confidence. That head went back and that breath came in, and there was a voice in my head that said, "How do you like the feeling of confidence?" And it was certainly no feeling I'd ever had before. So I knew that it wasn't me. It actually sat me up, and it wasn't me sitting up. So it's really odd when something operates your body like that. It was kind of funny because there is another entity that I channel that goes under the name of Jeremiah, who some people either love him or hate him. He's very direct and pungent, and he can get loud, and he meets the energy where it is. If somebody's really stuck in something, you're going to feel that energy come forward. We just didn't think he'd really be the best speaker of the house. So in any event, he's close at hand. I would say he's probably the second most prominent speaker, but generally only comes through if there's some type of really trapped energy or something somebody isn't wanting to move from. He kind of assists in a little bit of an energetic push in that direction. But the Athena and Truth name that was given to me, and Athena is a representation of a woman in her power. So when everything that exists are like streams of consciousness, and streams of consciousness can contain many more than one consciousness. It could be multiple that fall into that stream of consciousness. So in that call for more confidence, I actually embodied the consciousness of the goddess of Athena. That's what it was. So does it mean I am the goddess Athena? It means that that feeling or that presence or that connectivity is what I actually connected to. And so there again, it's about matching, and really everybody that you're interacting with in your life, you're some type of a connective match too. So it's really no different than that. You're entering into streams of consciousness of which pools of souls are a part of that resonate with the vibrance or the vibrational level that you're at is what draws onto you the people that you are in exchange with. And it's no different in non-physical. It's the same, no different at all. I think I veered off a little bit from the question, but in any event, that name was brought up because in the description of my group of what love is truth. Everybody wants the truth. Nobody wants to be lied to. Nobody wants to be sold something that they know inside themselves doesn't feel like a resonance. So what better description for love than truth? And so Athena, being the Speaker of the House, said, I'll be Athena in truth. So that's how that name was born. And the other entities soon dropped their names. Many of them had previous lifetimes. Some have not. Some have never been in physical form, and some have.
Wow. So is there anybody that's like tapping you on the shoulder at the moment that wants to
Well, it'll
say
always be
something?
Athena that's the Speaker of the House. So if you want me to allow that to happen, that can happen in an instant. And then you can ask any questions that you would be wanting to ask.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Yeah, Robin is what's called a on task, yeah, or conscious channeler, but not conscious really of what's being exchanged. She is conscious of us being ever present. It is what she invited to herself in the beginning. There are some channels who need to do a prep time. They need to do some breath work. They want to surround themselves in some type of protection. And Robin, in fact, asked not to do that. She would like to be immediately accessible without any effort on her part or need to protect herself. If any other entity were to approach, and there are some that like to approach, yeah, that when a human has activated Kundalini, they become a signal sender to other entities that want to channel through them because they are spreadable. They are someone that moves information very quickly because of the attractive quality of magnetism that goes with that energy. So, but we are the ones that determine, per Robin's request, whether someone would be in fact added to that list or not. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm fascinated by Kundalini energy and Kundalini rising. I don't believe that it's something that I've experienced.
Okay.
Um, but now that we're talking about it, I'm interested in cultivating that. And is it just a matter of like watching what I'm interested in
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
to move forward with that?
When we are in an exchange with a human, we are inviting the divinity part of you to pick up that energy or to transmit that to your energy centers for stimulation in actually activating that energy. It's one of the reasons Robin's on the plane. She doesn't always know that. Yeah. So as she is walking around, as she's meeting with people, she is an activator or a stimulator of that energy. So don't be surprised if you are not more and more drawn into that practice or that way of being. Yeah. Kundalini energy is a universal soul aspect energy that sits at the spine of every human. So what we have here is a universal consciousness of creation, a female divine energy, if you will, that sits at the base of the spine, that is responsible for creation, sits at the spine of every human. Yeah. When a human enters the plane, primarily they come in the three lower energy centers because you are bringing with you a very highly charged energetic package. It kind of needs to be condensed down or folded. It is one of the reasons that humans will say, well, why do we have to come in here forgetting everything or not knowing everything? Because everything won't fit. We would tell you if we were to bring in the full vibration of that which you are as a fully connected a soul, divinity aspect of yourself, the vibration would be too high for the human in its third density form to handle. So that energy is then condensed down. It is put at the base of the spine. And as the human starts to unfold spiritually, as they start to recognize that they are the creators of their own experience, as they start to gather wisdom and knowledge, they very gradually start to expand those energy centers, and more of that divine energy can start to escape or travel up the spine. And so initially, you are containing that energy. You are getting just enough in the three lower energy centers. So at the root, the sacrum, and the stomach area. In this area, this is when the ego is very active, and humans don't like themselves in their ego. They want to get rid of it, but really you need it. When you are in the three lower energy centers, there's lack, there's judgment, there's not enoughness, there's all these kinds of things that are going on. There's some good stuff coming in, but you are basically creating by competing, by not enoughness. It's what you believe, and it's all the energy that you have available to you. So you do need to do these things. Yeah. So as you have a meeting with someone like us and people are watching it, they start to think in reading what it is, by feeling what it is that we are transmitting to them. They start to feel whether this is in fact accepted by their guidance system, if they feel it's true. And if they do feel it's true, they allow it in. If they don't feel it's true, doesn't come in. Yeah. So it would be by your permission, by alignment in the way that this made you feel, that you were receiving something that in fact felt true to you, that you would, as a human, open your field, and then your divinity part would open then its field to us. And we would be able to run that divine Kundalini energy speed through your energy centers, accelerating your process. Yeah. But it is all done by your approval, by your acceptance. Nothing is ever placed upon a human without their agreement to it. Yeah. So as you get this understanding that I can create my experience, I do have this energy that can accelerate my manifestation time, can accelerate my satisfaction in my life, can accelerate my ability to create things that I am really wanting to experience. So then I get this understanding, I get excited about it, and then the teachers come. That's why we're here. Yeah, whether you know it or not, you called us in long before we are here. Yeah. So then you start to come into meeting with people that will actually drop the breadcrumbs or lead you in a direction towards your awakening or understanding of how you create in your experience. Then you move up into what we call fourth dimension. You start to get access to the heart center. That would be where the energy would start to first come into you. You start to get a little excited. You want to tell everybody about what you learned and tell them how much better their life could be if they would learn what you do. But you still have some judgment. You still have some condemnation. So you're fishtailing a little bit up and down, going back and forth between third density and fourth density, not quite fully feeling satisfied in your experience because you're still encountering some negativity or opposition from others in the way that you feel. But then this is a natural process. And if you would not dislike yourself in it, you would soon pass through that stage. And then you would enter into what we call fifth density. So you're expanding up further into the upper energy centers of where you start to connect to your source. More energy is coming up that is likened to your source and making it connective to it. So that vibration of you starts to speed up, and you get entrance into the fifth dimension of reality where different emotions are available, where you start to believe and perceive that I don't need to take anyone else's stuff. I don't need to compete with anyone else. I don't need to judge and condemn the way that I am creating my experience. And I start to surrender a little bit to the way that I am feeling, and in this connective state of allowing myself to have free will in the way that I feel in choosing the feelings that I have in my experience makes me a match to divine love, of which flow comes from. So it's never been about the way that I've done things or me being right or wrong, or good or bad. It's always been about how have I perceived myself in the way that I have created, because the divine part of you has perceived you in love unconditionally. And so once you get this discovery that, I can just love myself in every stinking thing that I do, I can just surrender to the feelings that I am picking and choosing in the way that I feel, and my consciousness will rise where different behavior is, and I will become the human that I want to. But it's never going to be by me efforting. It's never going to be by me changing anything about myself. It's going to be by me surrendering to that I do have a divinity part of me that will assist me in my rise of consciousness once I surrender to it, you see.
Okay, so I have a question about a physical ailment, and this is for me, but I think it's for everybody.
Mhm.
So I have as a sciatic pain, right? So it runs from the buttocks right down the backs of both the legs. And for those of who had sciatic, you'll know what I'm talking about.